Hello, I'm Chrissy Seaton and welcome back to my channel. If you are a subscriber, thank you, much appreciated. And if you're not, please don't forget to press the subscribe button and the bell so that you don't miss any further videos. So today is Women of Wisdom, and I'm going to talk a little bit about an extract that I have gained from the Parsha in Pink, the weekly Parsha. I have mentioned this book before, and there will be a link in the description box below regarding this book. And so what I gleaned from this is things that particularly pertain to women in relation to the weekly Parsha. And on top of that, I sort of extrapolate from that what is appropriate and what is a lesson for us as Gentile women, as Noahide women. And it never fails. I always find something in the weekly Parsha in Pink that is relevant for us. So this is the Parsha that this is from is Bamidbar, Bamidbar, and the biblical reference is Numbers chapter 1 through to chapter 4, verse 20. And again, that will be in the description box below for you to refer to. So, what am I going to talk about in relation to this? Well, I think the main emphasis for me and what I gained was the importance of our family tribe, so to speak, our family, what we consider coming into the boundaries of our family. And sometimes that can be extended people, you know, that are just very good friends, etc. But it resonated with me in several different ways, and I tried to think about putting it into my own words, but I thought it was best to probably refer to the book, Parsha in Pink, where it summed up things beautifully, much better than I could put in my own words. So let's look at some of these things that are relevant for us as Gentile women. And I think one of the things that I concentrate on in my mind and how I kind of sum up the essence of woman, that a woman that is a righteous Gentile. And I think that if I were going to put it in some sort of proud, poetic expression, I would be saying women see what can be and then proceed to oversee. And I can't put it in any better words than that. But we see a gap or a niche or a need, and so we just quietly go about and do that. You just got to take an example from most of the voluntary organisations that you see in each country, and the work, those that are run by women. Now, I know in Australia we have what's called CWA, Country Women's Association. My mother was a member of it. It certainly all women that lived in country areas, but it also encompassed women living in towns and city areas. And let me tell you, the CWA ladies are a force to be reckoned with. So women are at the forefront of seeing a niche that needs fixing, and they go ahead and they quietly go about their business and do it. So this is sort of, I'm getting to the essence of this Parsha this week. So I guess with being a righteous woman, a righteous Gentile, a Noahide woman, it's not enough just to do what needs to be done. Oh, that's all that needs to be done. That'll do. We must do Hashem's will with that extra care, go that extra mile, like women's groups usually do. If they say they want 6 cakes, 12 cakes will be brought along. So it's that doing that little bit extra. Oh, I'll just do that. You know, we've all done it. You've done all the housework and cleaned up and polished up everything. You think it looks something. Oh, I'll go out and get some flowers. Oh, no, I'll put a different doily there. Or we always try to make the most of what we have and put some little extra touches to it, just as we should do in our life when we're thinking of Hashem's work, what he wants me to do. He doesn't want me just to make up a pack of sandwiches to donate. He wants me to be doing that with loving mindfulness in terms of I'm thinking and praying at the times that I'm doing that and making those sandwiches, and I want to, I want those sandwiches to be an expression to Hashem of what I'm trying to do to be a better person myself, I'll show loving kindness and attitude, a good, loving, kind attitude in what we are doing. And women by nature do that very well indeed. So I'm going to read some of the words out of this book, Pasha in Pink. And this is done by Rebbits and Mindy Bodner Lancree, and I will put that in the description box. So it goes on here and it says, women possess a certain gift, an extra power that supersedes their other personal talents and skills. This is a woman's unique vision, which she observes her family not only as they are right now, but can also project future implications. With this view of developing her family's future, she finds their particular abilities and encourages their personal direction of growth. Now, every mother knows exactly what that means. You pick it out straight away. And when you get to be a grandmother, you find you're doing it with your grandchildren. He or she's going to be, And certainly there might be one or two things there you want to shave down a bit, but, you're looking at, they've got a certain gift or a talent and you want to sort of, help them along with that. So it goes on and says, she looks well to the ways of her household. Robinson Zipporah Heller points out that the Sophia means looking, more accurately means seeing from afar. The woman of valor looks at what her family members are doing and sees future possibilities. Further down, they may be a failure in the school's eyes because they are never... I'll start again. They may seem a failure in the school's eyes, this is in relation to some of their subjects, but they are never a failure in their mother's eyes. And that's so true. That's so true. Each has their specific way they can travel and serve Hashem. And she sets them in a path they can go. She facilitates that growth. When the woman in her wisdom discovers their uniqueness, she becomes the wind beneath her family's wings. Now, let me just read that again. I think that says everything. When the woman in her wisdom discovers their uniqueness, she becomes the wind beneath her family's wings. Let that sink in, ladies. Although the woman who married into another tribe, so to speak, another family, so that's like another tribe, may have encompassed the special skills of their tribal birth, this womanly skill afforded them an ability that transcended boundaries. Now, this is in reference, we're talking about the tribes of Israel, so this is why you're seeing terms like tribe. So even when a woman leaves her own family and marries her husband, and he, of course, has family traits and all sorts of things, that the woman does have that skill that she's able to gather the good things and the abilities of both sides of the family, so to speak, and expand upon that. So she's looking for the good. And in doing that, looking for the good in her family, she's looking to do the work of Hashem. Though there is much confusion in our world today, we women have a special ability to view our family with an eye towards the future. Be that future sometimes a little glum when we look around on social media and see all the things that are going on. Each person in our family is custom made. So each of my children, each of your children, each of your grandchildren, they're all custom made, especially by Hashem. And you have a guardianship over those young people to bring them up in a way that they are righteous and that they do the will of God in a righteous manner. So we, as the cultivators, I think that's a nice word, must find those areas of expertise and guide our families to fulfill their personal responsibilities. And they then become all that they were meant to be in God. God created everyone for a special purpose. So this is a way that they can become what they were created to be. And then we too have become what we were meant to be. We as women have become what we are meant to be, because we've carried on and worked in alliance with Hashem, our loving Father, and as a righteous Gentile, or as a woman, let's just say as a woman, we are responsible for the well-being of our family, and that well-being encompasses all those things I've mentioned. Noticing a child might be slipping back in something, their spelling or their maths is not too good, but they've got other abilities, and we've all given measures of ability. None are all exactly the same. So, but God in his wisdom, Hashem in his wisdom, gave us that mixture of abilities and perhaps a couple of things we're not so good at, but it's all part of our mission on this earth. It's all part of what God has planned for us to do. And our task is to do the best we can, because we're unique individuals. And even though we might have some shortcomings, we also have some great gifts. And it's not enough just to use that gift in an ordinary way. You must use that gift in an extraordinary way that will please Hashem. So, women, remember, you can quote me. This is my original quote. Women see what can be and proceed to oversee. You may quote me on that anytime. So I say to all of you women out there and young women, be a visionary. Do it better than is required. Whatever task you're about to do it better than you need to do it. And you will feel much, much better for it. You'll be rewarded. But not only that, whoever you're doing that task for, whatever that is about, is also pleasing Hashem, our loving Father. He is pleased that we're not doing just enough to do what we have to do, but we're putting that extra boost into it. I'm doing this because I want to please Hashem. I'm doing this because it's good for my soul to go out of my way a bit further, to extend myself a little more, to be more patient, to be kinder, to see more good in people than I see shortcomings. And so at the end of each day then, we as women have a feeling of accomplishment in a humble way, in a humble way. We're not doing this to say, you know, you want to show yourself off and all that sort of thing. Just like the CWA women, just get in and do the job you're supposed to do. Bring what you're supposed to bring to the table. Be happy about it. Help other people. You know, if there's a need in your community, is there anything you can do to fix that? Is there someone you can contact and tell them and ask them, can we do this, or how would we go about this? And all your small communities all over the world, there's always something you need to improve your community. It doesn't just have to be Noahide you're improving. It is about the place where you live. You know, my favourite saying starts on the street where you live. Just kindness to the neighbours, just being a good and righteous individual with joy and happiness. Be glad to do it. Be happy. And that spills over for other people as well. Your smiling face gives other people a sense of warmth, and it lets them know that you care. And sometimes that's all you're required to do. But remember, just go that extra distance for Hashem, because that's really what he wants us to do. In the meantime, please take care and God bless.